right, good morning, and you're welcome to this week's edition of the program Issues of the Moment on MBS TV. You know how we do it here. It is a program, a platform where we discuss trending, burning issues, and we are here again to do what we've been doing, giving you updates about development. It can be politics, it can be economy, it can be anything. And so this morning, we are back here in the studio to update you, particularly on a political scene today. And I have a political juggernaut, a lawyer, a former lawmaker, and currently he is the senior special assistant to the governor of Nasarawa State. He may tell you better. His name is Honorable Barrister Makpa Malla, former member of Nasarawa State House of Assembly. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Okay, he's my guest today, and I am your host. Gospel Ede is my name on the program Issues of the Moment. So we're going to be discussing politics, like I told you earlier, and the issues centered most around the ruling All Progressives Congress, the APC. So, Honorable Makpa, once again, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure having you in the
It's
studio.
my pleasure to be here.
I think I've been hunting you for some time now.
Quite a while it is.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank God you are here today.
Thank you.
So, after so many intrigues, schemings, and delay tactics as some people may call it, the ruling APC has finally fixed its national convention for February 26. So, as a party man, as a party and APC man, was the delay a healthy development for your party?
Yeah, there's no reasonable stalwart member, leader in the APC that will say the delay is healthy or was healthy.
Okay.
Because, you know, party politics is best when there are certainties.
Okay.
But in the midst of uncertainties, there are so many conspiracy theories, there are so many speculations that may be divisive, that may hold divisive tendencies for the party, that always crop up. So the delays that are not so plausible in the sense that the reasons adduced for them didn't hold water so much.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that it is healthy, and I don't think there's any reasonable member of the party that will see that as healthy. It holds no good for the party at all.
Okay.
Yes.
In your preamble, you talk about division. Do you see the delay as capable of causing division in the party, even though a date has been fixed?
Yes, I would say that the question has been overtaken by events. Okay. And the event is, of course, the fact that we are facing the convention, the extraordinary national convention on the 26th of next month, and of course the series of activities lined up, you know, before that convention. So at this point, whatever divisive tendencies that would have been occasioned by the delay would have been taken care of by now. Of course, you have heard of, you know, groups, pressure groups, and interests within the party threatening protests in Abuja, threatening, you know, mass gatherings against the CECPC, that is the convention planning and extraordinary convention planning committee. Okay. But all that by now would have been overtaken by the fact that we are facing the convention. So whatever tensions there are would have been doused by now.
Okay, as a ruling party, why you know, not being at the, you know, why not setting the example for others to follow? Because we saw the opposition and others having their convention seamlessly without much friction.
We've not had the convention yet. So
what I mean is, we expected that maybe the ruling party should have been at the forefront, maybe being the first to hold their convention before others follow, which is the tradition that we know before. Okay,
but then there's actually no hard and fast rule that a ruling party must hold its convention before every other political party. Every party within our polity has its calendar, has its programs. The programs, I would guess that you're talking about the PDP because it is the major opposition party. Okay. The PDP has its programs, and the APC must not necessarily follow suit. We've had series of activities leading up to the convention. We've had our congresses at the ward level, we've had our congresses at the local government level, we've had our congresses at the state level. And what is left now is the national convention. So technically, we wouldn't say that the APC had not done nothing, you know, to usher in the convention. It is a chain of activities. And in that chain, we had 4, you know, major events, 3 of which I just mentioned. So what is just left is the national convention. And I think it is speculative to say that the opposition party had a seamless convention. Why not the APC? We have not had our convention yet. And I can assure you that our convention is going to be as seamless and as smooth as you could ever imagine. So all the theories flying around that the APC is about to meet its Waterloo, most of these guys are going to be hugely disappointed.
Okay, you sound very, very optimistic.
Very confident, I am.
Okay, a lot of people are also accusing the chairman of the CEPC, the chairman of the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Committee, Makpa Malla, who is also the executive governor of Yobe State, that he is not, you know, willing to relinquish the position of the national chairman. He's not happy about conducting the convention. That is why he was given 6 months initially. They have to seek for extension, you know, another 6 months, another 6 months, and it's getting to another 6 months. So, how will you react to that opinion by some people?
Okay, as speculative as it sounds, I think it is plausible, in my opinion. Okay. Yes, and you wouldn't blame those conspiracy theorists who come up with the thought that Makpa, his actions have shown clearly that he is a very unwilling person to leave the seat. Okay. Even if it was not true, we cannot know what goes on in his mind. The actions, we judge people from their actions and from their words, because we never get to know what takes place in the mind. But then, of course, we know that it is out of the abundance of the heart that the mouth speaks and the body acts. And his body language has shown that he is so comfortable on the seat that he doesn't want to leave it. But then all this is now history, because we are facing the convention.
But do you see him playing a script? There is another twist to
whose script?
That is what we want to know.
Well, you're asking for my opinion, and in my opinion, I do not think that he is playing any script. Okay. In my personal opinion, I do not think that he is playing any script. He has given his reasons for asking for the several extensions that he gave, even though I said that those reasons were not tenable. Those reasons didn't hold water. He talked about, you know, the reconciliation. Every political party has issues. Every political party, and APC has its own, you know, skirmishes here and there. So he talked about the need for reconciling members of the party, leaders of the party from across all the 36 states of the country. Okay. And the reconciliation was going. Of course, we know that the reconciliation committee is headed by our very own Alhaji Senator Abdullahi Adamu. And this is just one of the several reasons that they give for those extensions. Or maybe we should just hold them by those reasons and not, you know, jump more into that dungeon of speculation.
It's okay.
Yes.
Well, talking about reconciliation, and which is as a result of crisis that arose from the congresses from the world, local, and even at the state level. Yeah. You will agree with me that as at today, we have nothing less than 9 states or more that have been embroiled in crisis following such congresses. In some states, you have 2 factional ESCO, in some 3 or whatever. So now that the party is preparing for the national convention amidst many of these unresolved crises, as a lawyer, what do you think could be the implication of this?
Okay, first and foremost, I want to say very clearly, taking a cue from your words, that this crisis, these skirmishes are not unresolved.
They are not, you mean they've been resolved?
They have been resolved. I can tell you very, very categorically. If you look at the timetable that is leading to the convention,
okay,
the Reconciliation Committee is about to submit its report.
Okay.
And the feelers we have received clearly indicates that most of, if not all of this crisis have been settled by the Reconciliation Committee. So I think we should wait and see what the content of their report would be. And I'm sure that this report should be submitted either in the next 1 or 2 weeks to the CECPC. So as it is today, I do not think that there is any crisis in any of the chapters of the APC across the 36 states that will be so deep enough as to affect the outcome of our convention. I think we are about to see an entirely peaceful and an entirely smooth convention.
Okay, do you think the Reconciliation Committee has toured around the 36 states?
Yes, they have been. If you have been following them, they have moved from state to state, and they are still working.
Okay.
Yes, they are still working.
Okay.
So obviously we should expect, we're very optimistic, we're very positive.
Okay, but I read on the papers either this morning or late last night that a state chapter, was it in Oshun or Ogun, one of these southwestern states, the crisis is still on, that they are going to the convention with factional leadership.
I don't want to, well, I have not seen that, but I don't want to take that as something that would affect the outcome, substantially affect the outcome of our convention. I haven't seen that report you're talking about, but one thing I can tell you very clearly is that the Reconciliation Committee is doing its work, and it's doing its work very, very well. And I believe that their report will, when it is opened up to Nigerians will see that the much talked about crisis in the APC might just be the mirage of some people's imagination. It may not be as bad as people are talking about.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now, talking about the convention, at the end of the convention, we expect new leadership in place.
That's right.
And you, as a person that I know, has been an advocate of
Senator Umaru
Tanko Almakura for the national chairmanship of the party.
Yes.
So, how far so far, your journey?
Well, so far, so good. I convened a group called Progressives for Umaru Tanko Almakura.
Okay.
We started moving as far back as April this year, even at the time that His Excellency, the Senator, had not come out to declare his interest in the national chairmanship of the party.
Okay. We
had made several clarion calls on him. In Lafia, in Abuja, we moved around, engaged him one-on-one. And eventually, at the rally for local government elections in Lafia, if you remember, he came out and told the world that he is contesting for the national chairmanship of the APC. And ever since, we have been on. Yes, I would say so far so good, because if you consider the contenders for the office of national chairman, before they have been streamlined by media reports to 4, we are aware of about 11 or 12 of them. Of all the contenders for the national chairmanship of the party, I think, and I know, and judging from sacred facts, that His Excellency Senator Umaru Tanko Almakura leads the pack. He is at the forefront of this journey. If you count the first 3 top contenders, he is there. If you count the 2, he is there. And if you're talking about only 1, he is number 1 as far as this journey is concerned.
Okay.
Yes. So far, so good.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you said media have 08 to 4.
Yeah.
What about the party? You mean the 11 or whatsoever number that have been in the race are still intact in the
Yeah,
race?
of course they are, because the party, it's a race that is open to everybody.
Okay.
The party hasn't zoned the national chairmanship to any section.
Okay, talking
of the
about
country.
zoning, why not zoning?
Zoning is good. We are for zoning. Part of our advocacy is that the national chairmanship of the APC should be zoned to the North Central.
Okay.
We had pressed on this for a very long time.
Okay.
It is not possible for an Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura chairmanship of the APC to emerge if the North Central is, zoned out or jettisoned out of the contest. So, at the heart of our advocacy is that the national chairmanship of the APC should come to the North Central and should be narrowed down to Nasarawa State for the role that Nasarawa State played in the emergence of the APC as a party. And of course, the role that Alhaji Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura played while he was governor of Nasarawa State under the CPC at the point of the merger that ushered in the APC and of course produced President Muhammadu Buhari, who is today the president of Nigeria. So there are several other reasons why we felt this seat should come to the North Central, to Nasarawa State, and of course to Alhaji Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura.
So from all indication, it's like a compensation now. You people are demanding for compensation for...
Much more than that. Yes, it is part of it.
Okay.
This is politics. And whatever, expediencies you could push, whatever pragmatic reasons you could push, you do it. But beyond compensation, because to talk about compensation as the only reason why we are advancing the Al-Mukura cause is to be trivial, is to be mundane. Compensation. What if Alhaji Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura is not the best product? So do we just say compensation and then we stop there? No.
Okay.
Beyond compensation, we're talking about the pedigree of the man Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura. We're talking about his capacities. We're talking about his leadership qualities. We're talking about even his personal qualities as a human being. We all know that his topmost selling point at this point is his 8 years between 2011 and 2018 as 2019 as the governor of Nasarawa State.
Okay.
He's a governor who is next to none as far as developmental strides, both in infrastructure and in human capital advancement is concerned. And national party administration, what is national party administration? It is all about galvanizing the party together, bringing the people together and ensuring that the party becomes formidable, becomes strong, wins elections, advises the government in power on how to advance, developmental projects for the people. And if you talk about these qualities, I don't think of all the contenders for the national chairmanship of the party, there's anyone that comes even close to Alhaji Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura. Of course, we know that. We are not just saying this because we are advancing his cause. These are facts, and facts are sacred.
Okay.
They are there on the streets, and you see them.
Okay.
So it is beyond compensation, sir. We're talking about the qualities of the man Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura.
Okay. So now, you think that with all the challenges we've gone through in this country, be it security, be it economy, and otherwise, social and the rest of them, and with the kind of the views, the opinion the people of this country now have towards the current administration and the ruling party, you think the Al-Mukura chairmanship could enhance, has a magic wand to give the party victory in 2023, in spite of all this? Okay,
I don't really understand what you mean, the views that the people have against the APC. Maybe you clarify that a little.
Well,
so that
you see, we are all Nigerians, and we hear, we read, and we see what people, we hear what people are saying. A lot of people may have their views, and given what is happening on ground, if you put one or two, if you put between this and that, they may have their preference and things like that. So, if Al-Mukura comes in now as a chairman, national chairman of the party, do you think there is a magic he will do to outweigh the minds of the people?
Okay, I'll take it from his campaign slogan.
Okay.
And his campaign slogan is sustaining the gains and securing the future.
Okay.
You cannot talk about sustaining the gains if there are no gains in the first place.
Okay.
And you cannot talk about securing the future if there is no room for doing things much, much more better.
Okay.
And doing things much more better doesn't mean that things have not been done well.
Okay.
But there is always room for improvement. Now, if you take the government of President Buhari, you place him at par with the previous government or previous governments, and if you are a fair judge, if you are an impartial judge, you will score this government very high on several scores.
Okay.
On several scores. Talking about infrastructure, talking about human capital development, talking about advancement of enterprise amongst young persons, amongst farmers, amongst small and medium scale enterprises all over the country. You know, the numbers are boundless. The facts are there for us to see. So all we need is someone who would understand these developments on ground, someone who has been part of this project from the beginning, someone who understands the policy thrust of the government, someone who has been part of the government even before the government came. Because Alhaji Umaru Tanko Almakura has been governor since 2011. Buhari came in 2015.
Okay.
So he has been part of the journey before the APC came on board. During the APC, at the emergence of the APC, he was part of those who midwifed the APC. He knows the manifesto of the APC, he knows the policy thrust of the APC, and he has been part of the pushing of these programs until now. There are progress, there are developments that have taken place on ground. We can see from the transport sector to the health sector to solid minerals development, educational sector. They are there, my brother. They are all out there for us to see. Okay. So all that we need now is someone who has been part of the process of driving all these programs, to sustain them, and then of course to chart a course for a better future. And I think that Alhaji Umaru Tanko Almakura is just that person.
Okay. Apart from Senator Tanko Almakura, coming from Nasarawa State, we also have another strong contender, though not officially, but from what we are hearing, it seems Senator Abdullahi Adamu, also former governor of Nasarawa State, who is currently the chairman of the National Reconciliatory Committee of the party, that his name has been mentioned prominently in recent times as one of the contenders for this national chairmanship position. So as a state, as small as we are, having this two heavyweights gunning for the same position, don't you think this has a negative effect, or rather on our aspiration of producing the national chairman?
Yes, two heavyweights, two former governors, presently 7 senators. And if you talk about the first 3 critical leaders of the APC in Nasarawa State, after the governor, you have these 2 persons. His Excellency Senator Abdullahi Adamu fits in as a leader, as a state leader, as a national leader, as far as leadership, as far as party politics in Nigeria is concerned. He was governor for 8 years. He was senator twice and now senator for the 3rd time. He is a very active leader in both state and national politics, both state party politics, national party politics. As you rightly said, he leads the National Reconciliation Committee of the party, and he's a lover of the party too. He's a lover of the party, he's a lover of the government. He is, a fighter for the interests of the government. Some people even call him Sarkin Yakin President Buhari for standing firmly and strongly behind the president. So you must give it to Abdullahi Adamu that he is more than qualified to lead the party at the national level. He is more than qualified to be the national chairman of the party. But I want to take our minds back to as far as April, May last year. You rightly said that he hasn't come out formally. So all that we're talking about Senator Abdullahi Adamu is in the realm of speculation and conjectures. We are just guessing because he hasn't come out formally, openly to tell anyone that he is contesting for the national chairmanship of the party. Perhaps if that had happened, maybe we would be talking, trying to strike a balance and reconcile the two issues. But as far as I am concerned, as far as my opinion is, he hasn't come out to tell anyone publicly, as it were, because this thing is not witchcraft. It is witchcraft that is done in the secret. Politics is not witchcraft. And you do it openly. And that is why Umaru Tanko Amakura came out openly and told the world that he is contesting for the national chairmanship. So I was talking about April, May last year. The leader of the party in the state, the governor, long before Al-Mukura came out openly to throw his heart in the ring and to express his interest for the national chairmanship of the party, the governor had led the path for the world to see. He said it is payback time. This statement is carried on national dailies that when he came out, excuse me, to contest for the governorship, Umaru Tanko Amakura supported him, and he felt a moral obligation to support him now that he wants to become the national chairman of the party. And he has not reneged on those words. He still stands by those words. And even very recently, I think he made a similar expression. When we started Progressives for Umaru Tanko Amakura, we knocked at his door first. We went to him as the leader of the party in the state and we said, this is our thought and this is what we are set on. And he told us without mincing words, before the camera, that is where he is and that we should push on that course because that is the path that he is on. So I don't think that there's any controversy as far as the contest for the national chairmanship as it relates to Nasarawa State and these two persons are concerned. Abdullahi Adamu's aspiration is still within the realm of conjecture, as I said. We haven't heard anything directly from him.
It's okay. One thing that I would like you to clarify quickly before we go on break is, though he hasn't really come out openly to make declarations, but the handwriting on the wall appears to be so visible, so bold, that maybe there are some undertones, some game being played, or some people behind his aspiration. Politics, anything is possible. Don't you think he may have his support base elsewhere? Well,
you can't rule out this. You don't rule out anything in politics. In politics, anything is possible. But whatever we're going to be saying here, as far as this matter is concerned, is only speculative. Yes, we could say some people are pushing him because they want to truncate a certain aspiration, or for whatever reasons, or whatever weight, or whatever value such speculations may hold. I think there's nothing you can not hear or see in politics. But as far as we are concerned, we go with facts, we go with what is out in the open, and as far as the contest for the national chairmanship of the APC is concerned, the only person we have from Nasarawa State that has come out clearly and openly, unequivocally, without leaving anyone in doubt as to his intention, as to his reasons for wanting to become national chairman, is His Excellency Senator Umaru Tanko Amakura. So he is the only one that we know for now.
Thank you so much. That is Honorable Makpa Malla, the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Abdullahi Sule and former member, Nasarawa State House of Assembly. We've been talking about the forthcoming national convention of the party. We'll be taking a short break, after which the program will return, and at that point, we'll also give you our telephone numbers for you to make your contributions in this conversation. So, issues of the moment, we'll be right back. right here, welcome back. And the program is Issues of the Moment on MBS TV. My guest, like I told you, is Honorable Makpa Malla, Senior Special Assistant to Governor Abdullahi Sule. And right away, we'll be giving out our phone numbers for your contributions in this conversation. The number to reach us is 081-0179-3991 and 07030395583. The first number I give is for calls and text message, while the second number, that is 07030395583, is for WhatsApp only. You can send your message via WhatsApp. The number is on your television screen. You can be part of this conversation so that we also make this event, this discussion robust as far as the issue is concerned. So, Honorable Makpa, before we begin to get callers, contribute on this program, the North Central is actually asking for the position of the chairmanship of the party, which is one of the major points you people are raising. In the midst of that, we also have some aspirant from the North Central wanting to be president. Okay, I think we have a caller. Let's pick this call. Okay, go ahead. Some aspirant actually want to be president of this country. So, can we have the chairmanship of the party and the president from the same zone? Is it possible? Is it a realizable dream for us? Okay, let me pick this caller. Hello. Okay, go ahead.
In the interest of justice, in the interest of fairness, in the interest of equity, in the interest of, egalitarianism, as far as the APC is concerned, and it has been muted by most of its critical leaders, including the leader of the party in the state, that is His Excellency Engineer Abdullahi Sule.
Okay.
It will be unjust, it will be unfair, it will be unequal for the presidency of this country to remain in the north.
Okay.
Of course, we know that besides the 6 geopolitical zones, constitutionally created 6 geopolitical zones of the country, the country is dichotomized into the north
and the south.
And the presidency of this country has always juggled between the north and the south. If Buhari finishes, or when Buhari finishes his tenure, the north would have held sway for 8 years. So there is no justifiable reason.
We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Comrade Architect Hamidu Ibrahim Alizaga, calling from 500 Housing Estate, Road, Lafia.
Okay, Comrade Alizaga from 500 Housing. Welcome to the show. What is your contribution quickly?
Yes, my contribution is that I came to a lot of things that Barrister Honorable Makpa Malla, of which I know personally, has said. And we're very candid. I want to particularly call in where they said Senator Alhaji Abdullah Adamu is also coming up to contest. I want all of us to believe that this is a mere speculation.
Okay.
If Abdullah Adamu wants to contest for the chairmanship of for the chairmanship of the APC, national chairmanship, by now, no matter how much you want to hide the ambition, you should have come out publicly to pronounce you should have by now pronounced it officially.
Okay.
So I want us to focus on whoever have declared his ambition for a very long time ago, since when they were campaigning for local government election, and that is Senator Umaru Tanko Al-Makura.
Okay.
So we shouldn't divide our attention that two political juggernauts are coming from the south. Just like you said, when you mention the first, second, third political leader of APC in the south, these two people come in.
Yes.
Let's quickly do away with this confusion and focus on Senator Umaru Tanko Al-Makura alone, whom have declared his intention to contest for the chairmanship of APC a very long time ago. That
Okay.
is my take.
Thank you so much.
And on the other hand, if there is anybody who has a grievances with Tanko and Makura personally, I should be one of them because I know what he did to us. But to be very candid, when you talk about patriotism, leadership, quality, delivery, Tanko and Makura is good to go. Personally, if I were one of those delegates, I would vote for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Comrade Ali Zaga, for your contribution. I think he has equally lent his voice on this conversation, especially in support of the aspiration of Senator Umaru Tanko Almakura. Let's pick another caller. Hello? Okay, we've missed that call. So that has been the scenario at the moment. We have another caller. Hello? Okay, keep trying. Keep trying. I think we have some few minutes to go. We can still manage maybe 2 or 3 calls before we go. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I am Comrade Abdurrahman. I want a grant
Okay, from where? Bakinrija. Okay, you're welcome to the program.
I'm just greeting.
Okay, your own is just to greet us. Okay, Honorable, they say he's
Thank you,
greeting.
comrade. We are grateful.
We appreciate you for calling. Thank you so much. It's all right. He just called to greet, and I think he has done noble.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much for your call. Hello? Hello? Can you please lower the volume of your television set? Okay, just tune down the volume of TV set, or you move away from your TV side. Just move away from there. Your name, please. You are still there. Hello? I think, hello? Okay, Honorable.
Yes.
We were talking about the presidential zoning or whatsoever and the chairmanship position.
Yeah.
So particularly, we also have Yahaya Bello from the North Central gunning for this same position of the president. Hello? Hello? Yes, good morning. Go ahead. Yahaya Bello is in the race for the presidency.
Yeah, so as I was saying, in the interest of fairness, in the interest of justice, in the interest of federal character, in the interest of unity and keeping the country together,
Okay.
in the interest of, trying to avoid divisions within the country, I think it is best for the presidency of this country to go to the south. Our leaders, our national leaders, our state leaders had taken this position and had expressed individual and collective opinions as far as this matter is concerned.
Exactly.
So for me, it is a matter that is settled.
Hello, good morning.
So as far as I'm concerned, it is a matter that is not, should not be overflogged.
Okay.
And I do not think, in my opinion, that the APC will go contrary to this position.
It's okay.
Yes, I don't think that the APC will want to have the presidency of this country remain in the north, whether it is the north central or the northeast or the northwest, as far as the presidency of this country is concerned. In the interest of fairness, as I said, it should go to the south. And ordinarily, you cannot have the president
And the chairman.
in the south and the chairman coming from the south, just like you cannot have the president in the north. And then if you look at it, all the contenders for the national chairmanship of the APC come from the north. The only one that is not from the north is one, is it Omodiefe or something? Is from the south. He's from Edo, he's from Delta State.
Okay.
But he was born and brought up in Adamawa State.
Okay.
Yes, he is more of a northerner than a southerner.
Okay.
But of all the contenders for the office of national chairman of the party,
Okay.
we have them from the north, either from the northeast or from the northwest or from the north central. And that is an indication.
Okay, maybe we'll try this last caller. Okay. If we can get this, we'll round it up. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from? Hello? Okay, I think I will end this call now. Finally,
Yeah.
the national leader of APC talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
Yes.
the Asiwaju himself,
Yes.
is strongly in the race. And other big wigs of the party too are in the race.
Yeah.
How do you think the party should manage this crisis? Because I see it as a crisis if it is not well managed ahead of 2023 election. And should the presidency be given to people based on, I said earlier, the chairmanship compensation or whatsoever? Who do you think deserve? How do this should be managed?
Okay, but
quickly.
Okay, is the presidency given? No, it is not given. It is contested.
Okay.
It is sought for.
Okay.
Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu is a member of the party. He's a leader of the party. He's a national leader of the party. Likewise, any other person who would want to vie for the presidency of this country. It is a constitutional right, both in the constitution of the country and in the constitution of the party.
Okay.
That if you're a member of the party, you've served the party, and you've met all the requirements for contesting for the presidency of this country, from our ground norm and the party's constitution, you're good to go.
Hello.
So there's actually no crisis as far as I'm concerned.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Quickly, just in 10 minutes, what can you say? Your name and where you're calling from, and then your point.
My name is Ali Mohammed.
Okay.
I'm calling from Latvia.
Okay. Quickly, what can you say in this program?
Yes, I just want to comment on the issue of the two contestants from Nasarawa State.
Okay. Quickly, briefly.
Which, although as the guest said, it's just a speculation on the other one.
Okay.
I want to add
Okay.
that very one I think is just coming out for a spoiler.
Oh, really?
Which I don't think we should condone it.
Okay.
We should try all what we could do to prevent that attitude.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Okay. I think that is how we go on. We won't pick more calls. Just your last words in this program as we
Okay.
bow out.
We are from Nasarawa State. We have someone who is most likely going to become the national chairman of this party.
Okay.
Because he is a topmost contender, not just at the top, but he's the topmost contender for the national chairmanship of this party. The least we can do is to pray for him. The least we can do is to advance this cause, social media-wise, print media-wise, electronic media-wise. We should extol the qualities of this man. He did well for us as a governor. He did well for us as a leader in this party. And he's still doing well for the state. He still galvanizes the party in the state. He works with the governor of the state without rancor, without strife. We've not seen it like this in any state in this country, that a predecessor and his successor are moving like Siamese twins. With all the speculations we're hearing, if Alhaji Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura becomes national chairman, he's going to remove Engineer Abdullahi Isli. But all that are mirages of those theorists' imagination. What we see on ground is a beautiful relationship between Al-Mukura and Engineer Isli. And on a daily basis, this relationship continues to become stronger. If Al-Mukura becomes the national chairman of this party, I think the benefits are boundless for us as a state. The benefits cannot be counted as far as our state is concerned. And then we're talking about the North Central. Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura is detribalized. Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura is a unifier. Umaru Tanko Al-Mukura is a bridge builder. The APC needs such a man at this point in its trajectory. And that is the least that we can do for ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Makpa Malla, Senior Special Assistant to Governor Abdullahi Sule, for your time with us on the program.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Well, viewer, that is how we end this show today. For those who call, we thank you. Those who made attempts and couldn't get it through, we equally thank you. Try again next week when we come back with another edition of the program. My name is Gospel Ede, saying have a lovely weekend and see you again next week. Bye.